Alright, this is like my third tutorial. I'm excited about doing these now. It's a little awkward at first, but now we're going to do GIMP, GNU image manipulation program, GIMP. Do a search, download it. It's another open source image manipulation. If you're familiar with these, then you will see up here you got your square selection, circle. You can actually click to select. It has everything that you need that you see in other programs. So Control, New, doesn't matter. We're just going to mess around. Alright, a couple things about GIMP you need to know right away. One, when you start messing with text, just be ready. It gets finicky with its layers, so not a big deal. When you get used to it, it's not a big deal. Alright, I make sure the time 8:41. Alright, down here is your important part. That's so easy to forget. Your main two base colors. For fun, we're going to do a red, and we'll keep the other one as white. So you can switch back and forth. Fill everything in, doesn't really matter. Like before, Control Z, just like Blender, gets you out of it. One good thing about GIMP you're going to love, you go into here, it really does have shortcuts for just about everything that you need. So if all those fails, find the shortcuts you do the most, so that way you can shave a lot of time. Now what we're going to do is very just, I would hate to say simple, but we're going to fill this base in with black. If you want to start doing things, just get in the habit of adding layers, but if you do a text, it automatically does it. So let's go ahead and swap out our base color. Hit the A. Now as soon as you hit the A, before you click in the screen, go over to this, your tool options. I have mine off to the side. Now it's so much easier to go, hey, let's see what other things do we have. Let's see, I think something geeky, don't you agree? Baby Cruffy. That sounds so weird. Here, let's do this one. Ooh, being machine. That sounds freaky. Alright, size 18. That's not as big as you think it is. We're going to do somewhere around the 30. And we'll leave the rest of the same. That's fine. Click anywhere and start typing. Alright, so you see even as 30 pixels, still small, so crank that sucker up. Yeah. Now if you don't like where it is, click the little move tool, or M. If you see this right here, a little finger and an arrow pointing, that means you don't have what you thought you had. Now this is really important. Oh, I messed up. Control Z, there you go. This is important when you're doing very thin text, that you might be here thinking you're on the text. So if you're doing this, if you hold the control with your mouse button, zoom in, do something so you can see that little movement thing. Then it's easier to move. Yeah, let's do that. Now, add a lot more fun special effects. Let's get a bright red. There we go. Take this one, take this, go down here, duplicate. Alright, so we'll select that first one, go back to our text, select all of it, and go red. Alright, now you just grab that layer and shift it up and over a little bit, and there you go, Dawn of the Geek. I hope that helps out. We're trying to keep all these as short as possible. We're not doing tons and tons of tutorials on how to do everything. Let's not worry about it, but here's one. I'm going to type it out real quickly for you. If you get a chance and you really want to learn a lot more, you know, it helps if I actually had this in some type of format you can easily read, huh? There we go. Alright. There's a lot of them out there, just like Blender. A lot of tutorials. The YouTube channel is just filled with tutorials on open source Blender, open source GIMP, Audacity, Make Human, goodness gracious, this LMMS, the Open Office, it's amazing. So, but if you're looking for somebody who's going to explain things, as if you've never done it before, and they're going to talk you through keystroke by keystroke, even if you know what you're doing, it's fantastic. Tutor4U. If all those fails, that's my go-to guy. Especially in GIMP, I'll find a lot of tests that I want to try something out, and sure enough, you'll have something that's maybe 5 minutes long, 10 minutes long, or something like that. I highly recommend to start there, and then as you do it, your search page will pull up other options for you, but that's a good place to start for Blender, and GIMP, I found, does a lot for me. All right, it's been 4 or 5 minutes. That's been long enough for you guys to hear me. So in GIMP, another open source program. Do I want to change, discard it? Absolutely not. Dawn of the Geek is coming up, and part of the challenge, in case you haven't guessed it, is going to be an open source challenge. So are you capable of doing your entire marketing for free? That's the big thing, the social media charity challenge. Can you make something happen positive for somebody else without spending tons of money on marketing, on advertising, on God knows what, buying all sorts of programs? Well, sit down, learn, figure things out, go and do the tutorials, do the open source, and that's our challenge to you. Can you make something happen without just throwing money at it? So we're going to help others as best as we can, but we're not going to go crazy over it. So anybody can do this, because this is all free to download. And it's YouTube, tutor programs everywhere, tutorials everywhere. I strongly encourage you to take a chance, pick something. Image manipulation, GIMP, 3D programs, Blender, Python, so you can actually write your own code if you're into that. Krita is pretty much Bob Ross. You design your brushes. Make Human will create the things for video games, whatnot for Blender. What are the fun ones we have? Open source, Office. Oh my gosh, this has like 7 different programs, I think. Streaming live video, so you can actually do your own broadcasting. And over here's my Lord of the Rings game. Free to play, of course. All right, everybody have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon as we start introducing more and more of the shortcuts and the power of GIMP, Blender, and other open source. Have a great day.